The Giant Claw, or in my terms, the worst horror movie in existence. So released on June of 1957, this movie took what could have been a good concept of a UFO monster and put it into mainstream. The problem is this monster. My God, does that look bad. I mean, the fact that its eyes are googly faced and the fact the sound it makes is clearly annoying, and then let's not forget the little snot thing, like the snotty nose, the teeth look bad, and even the mohawk hair, it looks ridiculous. Good news is it's a big thing. I mean, it's huge. But it doesn't translate well into the 1957 or even the 50s boom of B movies. This doesn't even feel like a B movie. It feels more like a modern, like flick, like today. And it just doesn't feel right. Most of the characters are just talking about science stuff, and when the actual monster comes, it's the foot. So, the foot part I'm okay with, but by the time you look at the damn monster, it's when it got so bad. Not only is the thing extraterrestrial, it has a pattern. A pattern that looks like a snail's shell. Gary the snail has way more intelligence while reading the Encyclopedia of Knowledge 3 times than this monster that literally just went through space. It also has this anti-matter shield, which I think makes all regular weapons useless against it. Now, this is just getting a little silly. But you know what's the most silliest thing about it? Is that they call it a flying battleship. Yeah. So it's almost like, something as big as a battleship, or this thing is going faster than a battleship. It's like, this thing goes faster. I mean, I can understand if it was like something close to like maybe a jumbo jet, a Luftwaffe, or a Navy battle cats, but why a battleship? Battleships don't really go that fast compared to a plane. So, quite clearly, this is the most ridiculous movie I've ever heard in my life. I don't think I've ever seen a movie this bad. It's bad, it's terrible, it messes with my head. Why did this movie have to exist? It's the worst horror movie ever. And even for 1957, that's not an excuse. Even for B movies, I think that's not an excuse. I think the robot monster could have been a good concept if it was worked right. There's nothing worked right about this giant, speedy bird from outer space. Like, what? And most of the characters, they do a good job. They do so good. But their acting has been thrown out the window due to that ugly-ass thing in the sky chasing them. It's not scary, it's not entertaining, it's boring for 1 hour and 14 minutes. It's definitely, every single time I see that bird, it hurts my soul. And by the time they shoot it down, I'm like, thank the Lord it's over. Because this movie is total garbage. And in my eyes, and everybody's eyes too, it is exactly the worst horror movie.
Kill it.
Well, I've been thinking. Horror movies, no matter how much we like them or hate them, we cannot deny the fact that they have been part of our childhoods. Some of it are childhoods, some of it are nightmares. But horror movies have become a staple of us loving to be scared, entertained, and other times cry about. I still hate this movie. It's the worst horror movie in existence. And if there was ever a remake to be done with it, this should be the remake. But there's always a time to feel fresh and new. And I think it's time to be fresh and new with a lot of things. Even bringing back the classics with a fresh new take on their story could be a nice idea. It's okay to accept change, as long as it just doesn't go too far. And I guess that's what I have to change too, is myself. I still am the nonsense guy, but... And other times I do... This is like the only time I'll say this, but I am sorry that I couldn't give you the best HorrorVision out there. I gave you 2 good ones, but I failed at the 3rd. So, I really am sorry. But I did my best to give you the final HorrorVision possible, so that all of you can enjoy it at home. So, I hope you all enjoy this HorrorVision, this 31 days of excitement. And minus that the painter's up there, I'm just cooking them a little snack. We're having a nice little Halloween party. I found some good ones. They're from the deadconstructionsite.org if you go to the dark web. So, my name is Dom's Vlogs. Well, that name might be dead by the time we reach the new year. But this time, even my little brother's having a nice time with no worries. So, happy Halloween, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy birthday to all on these last 2 months, 3 months. I'll see you all in January for Mystery Scenes Month, where we're going to have a new look, a new style, and also a new channel. It's time to change this channel up. Time to make it fresh and new. Anyways, guys, good night.